If you've ever tried to root cuttings from any plant and couldn't do it, get ready because today I'm going to show you a method that's so simple it almost seems unbelievable. You're going to stop losing cuttings and start rooting any cutting from any plant. I'm going to show you the step-by-step process here, but first let me show you the amazing results of a method that roots cuttings from any plant. Just look at these visible roots here. This method roots cuttings from flowering plants, bougainvillea, roses, or any other plant you have at home. It also roots cuttings from fruit plants like acerola, jabuticaba, pomegranate, pitanga, sugar apple, soursop. It doesn't matter what plant you have there. Today you're going to learn the method used by specialists to make any cutting root in a natural, inexpensive way that is very, very simple. There's a step in this process that determines whether your plant will end up like this with roots or if it will dry out completely. So you'll need to stay with me until the end of the video to really learn the step-by-step process. By doing this, I doubt you won't actually learn what needs to be done for cuttings to root, so you can stop spending money buying seedlings at nurseries, which are often very expensive. You can make them yourself at home. Today I'm going to show you the step-by-step process I use here to root cuttings quickly and safely. For this, I'll be using acerola as an example. And look, ideally you should take a cutting from a tree that already produces fruit. See these acerola fruits here? We're going to root a branch like this because when you root cuttings that already have fruit, you can get a harvest very quickly. Sometimes, if you do everything right and follow all the steps, the cuttings don't even lose their fruit. They root really well. And I'm also going to use pomegranate as an example. Pomegranate is productive too, okay folks? Look, we have some pomegranate branches here producing fruit, and I'm going to use these branches to show you that it's possible to do this in a simple, free way using organic materials and the right method that works because of 3 natural stimuli, which are regeneration, healing, and protection of the branch until it takes root. But hold on, I'm not going to reveal everything just yet. I'm going to show you step by step in this video, but first you need to understand why most cuttings don't root when you don't use the correct method. Most people simply cut off a branch from the mother plant, place it directly into the soil and wait for it to root, but that is just not how the process works, and that is why most people end up losing all their cuttings. Without a stimulus for root production and without protection against fungi and bacteria, the branch starts to wilt, can catch diseases, and simply doesn't work because it lacks the right protection and stimulus. But today you're going to learn exactly how to provide this protection and stimulus using natural products that you probably already have at home. Whenever you cut any branch from the trees, you should remove most of the leaves. This branch doesn't need leaves to root, so you can leave as few as possible because that way it won't have to spend energy feeding those leaves, or even these little fruits here. If you want, you can remove them. I'm going to leave them because these fruits won't interfere with the rooting of this branch since I apply all the techniques correctly. If you apply all these techniques, it will work for you too. And now what are we going to do with this branch? Ideally, the branch should be about the thickness of a pencil or at most a finger, okay? Between the thickness of a pencil and a finger is ideal for rooting. And now what are we going to do? We're going to come here, look, and peel a little bit off the bottom part of the branch. We're going to peel this here and you'll understand why in a moment. This makes all the difference when rooting. So make a note of it or save this video so you don't lose it later. Because look, do you see this little green part? We're going to remove that too. So we're going to remove the bark and this first little green layer here to further stimulate the contact between the inner part of the branch and the moisture and substrate that we'll be using. We're going to do this to all the branches that we're going to root. Keep it nice and clean like this, and this is how it should look. Take a look at the branch we are going to plant. It is not just with acerola, okay? It's with all the branches. You can even take this thinner little branch. We're also going to remove this bit of bark at the bottom. It measures just about 2 to 5 centimeters. You don't need more than that. It's just to increase the contact with the soil and the moisture for this branch. Look at how it turned out here, see? And this one already has a little pomegranate growing, see? With our branches already here, I already prepared them to speed up the video so it doesn't get too long. Here we already have our branches prepared with just a few leaves, the base already peeled, see? I left the fruits on, okay, so you can see. Doing it the right way, many fruits don't even get lost. And now we're moving on to one of the most important parts of this content, this step-by-step, this rooting method. You take a container, a cup you have at home, and you're going to put just a little bit of water in it like this. It doesn't need to be a lot of water, just enough for these branches here to be submerged. But we're going to add an exceptional product to this water. We're going to add to approximately 250 to 500 milliliters of water, just 1 small spoonful of ground cinnamon. I'm using some really old cinnamon. It's already expired, but it has antifungal and antibacterial properties that will protect our branch because during the rooting process, it could be attacked by fungi or bacteria. Ground cinnamon is one of the best antifungals. It's natural and very cheap for you to use. Just add a very small amount. mix it into the water, and now it's very simple. These little branches that are already peeled here with just a few leaves, you're going to submerge them now in this water with cinnamon. And you're going to leave these branches here for just a short time. After just 10 minutes with these branches submerged here in the cinnamon powder and water, with this solution we've prepared, they will already be protected against the bacteria and fungi that appear when our branch is rooting, which causes a lot of branch loss and very few people know about. These are fungi and bacteria that show up when our branch is rooting, and now that 10 minutes have passed with these branches submerged in the water, not many people know about this cinnamon trick, right? Just leave them submerged here, see? After leaving them here for 10 minutes, they're already well protected against fungi and bacteria. But now comes one of the most important steps. Do you have this at home? If you don't have it, your neighbor does. I'm sure it's very easy for you to find this. It's aloe vera. Guys, aloe vera has natural hormones that help heal, hydrate, protect, and stimulate root formation in our branches. Look how simple it is. You're going to take the branch, cut an aloe vera leaf, and let that yellow part drain out of the aloe. Then you'll take your little branch and do this. Just pass it through the aloe vera. Look how it turns out. This increases the hydration of our branch and stimulates rooting with natural rooting hormones. Then you just put it here in this little cup with soil that's specifically for rooting. We'll talk about this soil, but basically you're going to place our little branch in it. This one is our acerola. See the acerola here with the little fruits? We're going to put it here in this soil as well. You don't need to bury it too deep. Just gently press the soil a little, just enough so it can stand upright and not move around, because that can also hinder rooting. Let's put our pomegranate here. Look at this. This pomegranate is already producing fruit here. It's going to root and become a productive seedling. And let's put all these little branches here in this container for rooting. See how I'm using a little cup? This is to show you that you don't need professional tools to make your own seedlings at home. With simple plastic cups, which you can easily find at the supermarket near your house, you can already make your very own seedlings. Let's put this other pomegranate here. This other pomegranate is also already producing fruit. Look at the little fruit forming here. And I'm not even removing the fruit, so you can see that it roots very well. There's one more little branch left here, so I can even put 2 or 3 branches in the same cup. There's no problem at all as long as I follow these steps. I'm going to gently press around the seedling so it stays stable during rooting. Now I can discard my aloe vera. And now this water we prepared with cinnamon powder, we're not going to throw it away. No, we're going to water our substrate with it. You should only do this on the day you plant, okay? Don't water with cinnamon like this in the next waterings. After this, you'll water normally. Only this first time, you're going to add here, look, all the benefits of cinnamon to your plant soil. And this soil that we used here for rooting is a rich topsoil. It is very high in organic matter, has good absorption, and retains moisture quite well. So it won't let our seedling or our cutting dry out too easily. Now, using a spray bottle, I'm going to lightly water here all over the soil so that these pots, these plastic containers, even these little plastic cups that have holes in the bottom, it's very important to mention, I almost forgot, they need to have holes in the bottom. I'm going to water until all the moisture, all the excess water drains out through the holes at the bottom. This will ensure that all the soil is moist and that I keep the soil in these containers where I planted my seedlings moist until they take root. Ideally, you should water them at least once a day because it's very important that they stay well hydrated until the plant is truly rooted. That's what will truly ensure your success in rooting your seedlings, and these little fruits here will even form on small plants, producing well in pots if you want to plant them in pots, bags, or even directly in the ground. These seedlings here are the ones that produce very quickly. So pay attention. When you water your plant, wait a little for the water to seep further down to the bottom part of the soil and then water it again, because this first watering is the most important, okay? Look how cool. The plastic cup shows that the moisture hasn't reached the bottom here yet. It's up here, see? So the water will go down a little more, and this moisture needs to reach the bottom part of our soil here. And only then will you be sure that the entire substrate is nice and moist for proper and successful rooting. While I finish watering these little plants here, I want you to comment and tell me where you're watching us from. I really like to know just how far this content we're creating here is reaching. And it might seem strange in the first few days because the branch will look normal. It won't even seem like there are roots on your branches since the roots themselves only start to appear around the 20th day. After 20 or 30 days, that's when the roots really start to sprout on your little branches. And then they start to gain strength. You'll notice that after 60 days, your branches will already be well rooted. For some types of plants, after 60 days, you can already plant your little branch in the ground. Here, I always like to take care of them until 90 days after the cutting is made, because when I plant them, they take root quickly. They'll be really strong, and they'll also start producing fruit again very quickly. Your fruit production happens in a very abundant way, and that's what I want here in my cultivation. And now, my friend, you just need to place our container here in a spot where it doesn't get direct sunlight but is still well lit. Direct sunlight can't hit our plant because otherwise it will dehydrate very quickly, and we need it to stay hydrated until it takes root. And then we get that wonderful result with well-formed roots. Look at this little pomegranate seedling. You'll already be able to plant your own plant. Just look at this marvel of nature. Guys, this is the work we do for free, teaching you how to take better care of your plants with proven techniques. These techniques here are ones we've already tested, and they're already bringing real results for you. Look at these roots we have on this pomegranate. Doing it this way, it's guaranteed to work. But you also have a mission here on this channel. Your mission here is to evaluate our content to see if we're on the right track. So leave a rating from 0 to 10 for today's content down in the comments, because I want you to have a pomegranate tree like this, all in bloom, so you can pick the fruit straight from the plant you have at home. Share this video with that person who loves plants, because I'm sure this will help a lot of people. Just by sharing this video, you all will help improve the cultivation for many people. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the time to subscribe. Click the subscribe button here and turn on the notification bell, because that's the only way you won't miss any new videos here on the NL Plant channel. Oh, and if you enjoyed this content and want to support the work we do here for you for free, it's very simple. In the link in the description, you can support the work we do here, and we also make available to you the products we use here in our nursery, in our cultivation, so you can use the same ones already proven in your own home. There's a really good suggested video. The audience loved this video right here on the side. Watch it, I'm sure you'll like it too. Well, I'll wrap things up here. A kiss to your heart, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye. I'm out.